think something that most collectors can agree on is that the last few years have been pretty rough for Cars multi-packs, both 5-packs and 11-packs. Barely any of them have had new releases in them. Heck, none of them had new releases in them this year or last year, with the exception of the NASCAR Through the Years 5-pack, which included an exclusive Cruise, who isn't even based off of a real-world NASCAR racer, so that title for the pack doesn't even really make sense, nor does her being exclusive to it. But hey, that's beyond the point, because honestly, I think in 2021, despite the fact that we're still not getting new releases in multi-packs, I think that they've certainly improved. Now featuring far more packs from the first 2 movies instead of exclusively ones from Cars 3, with a few interesting releases in every multi-pack. With the 5-packs, we're getting one, like, rarer car re-released, and with the 11-packs, actually, we really haven't had all that many 11-packs as of late, aside from a few based off of Cars 3 earlier on in the year, which weren't all that interesting. But yeah, I'd say they've definitely improved the 5-packs this year, with the Tokyo Pit Crew 5-pack being a highlight, and each of the 5-packs including at least one more notable car. And then there's this pack right here, a Cars 1 themed Piston Cup Race 11-pack. This pack, I think, is easily one of the greatest Cars multi-packs I have seen in an incredibly long time. For those of you who don't know, for me, I don't usually buy multi-packs, even if there's a new release in it. Sometimes I will, but, I try to base it off of how many cars in the pack do I not already have. I don't want to be spending a lot of money only to be getting the one car that I didn't already have. I mean, of course, I get the rest and I'll repaint the other ones, but you kind of get my point there. And because of that, since that's my mentality with the multi-packs, I haven't bought a multi-pack, or specifically, I haven't bought an 11-pack since October of 2018 when I bought this one that included Dan Garcia. But this pack somehow includes 7 cars that I didn't already have. Bert, Superfan Mia and Tia, Christina Wheeland, My Name Is Not Chuck with Cart, the Finish Line McQueen, and Crusty Rotor, the Vinyl Toupee Racer. I was looking for this pack for months and months, because I was just shocked that it even existed, that there was this pack where I didn't have 7 of the 11 cars, and I'm so glad to finally have it. Anyway, guys, welcome back to another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Cars 1 themed 2021 Piston Cup Race 11 pack, so let's get started. Of course, still doesn't include any new releases, but hey, when all of them are pretty interesting, I definitely am not going to complain. Of course, we have the King and Chick Hicks, who actually aren't out as singles or in a 2-pack or in any way this year. Probably the least interesting release in the pack is Aiken Axler, the Nitroid Racer, as he's also out as a single currently. But Crusty, Lightning, Not Chuck, Dexter Hoover there, Christina, Mia, Tia, and Bert are all not available in any other way in 2021, and several of them haven't been available for a while, including My Name Is Not Chuck with Cart, who is quite a rare car. Unfortunately, it's just called Piston Cup Race 11 pack, which is pretty lame. That's just what they call, like, all of the 11 packs. Like, come up with something more interesting, especially when it's based off of a different movie. You could see 11 racers, which technically isn't true. Only these 5 are racers, but we'll let that slide. We've got this very nice, classic image here of Lightning, the King, and Chick Hicks. Up top, see just the Cars logo on the side. It says Piston Cup Race 11 pack. Assume that's the same for this side. And on the back, it says the stadium, the crowds, the heat of the track. All these racers are ready and focused with their eyes on the same prize, winning the coveted Piston Cup. Yeah, Christina Wheeland, my favorite racer. So, once again, you could officially see the names of all the cars. Chick Hicks, Strip Weathers, aka the King. Unfortunately, Finish Line McQueen has been mislabeled as Tongue Lightning McQueen, which is a different version of Lightning sticking his tongue out. Of course, this is the McQueen with his tires blown out. And Tongue McQueen is him when he jumps over the Leakless Racer. Christina Wheeland, My Name Is Not Chuck with Cart. Dexter Hoover with Checkered Flag. Bert, Aiken Axler, Crusty Rotor, and Superfan Mia and Tia. So, let's take these guys out of the package. I don't really know what order I'll review them in. Let's see here. It's been so long since I've reviewed a regular Cars diecast multi-pack. Usually nowadays I just review the mini racer ones. But let's see here. You know what? I'm just going to cut the camera. I'm going to open this up and I'll be right back. Alright, that box was shockingly difficult to open. I was just going to discuss how much I like this sort of backdrop, but fortunately I had to cut into it to get the box open, which is not open. Another nice piece about this is the flag sticking out of the side that pops out. Certainly looks weird, especially so close to Dexter, but yeah, pretty nice. For those of you wondering, this pack is made in Vietnam. All the multi-packs are made in Vietnam nowadays, so a bunch of these cars are their first ever made in Vietnam variants. And I'd say they all look pretty good, with the exception of Finish Line McQueen, who's got some color problems here with his mouth section being a completely different red than the rest of him, but that's fine at the end of the day. It's definitely a little disappointing. I was pretty disappointed when I first saw that, but, you know, what are you going to do? It's still a McQueen that I've wanted for years, and I'm glad to have him. We're going to, let's see, I'm trying to figure out what order to review these guys. Let's start off with the King here. Alright, so everybody is put in here pretty easily. I'm not sure if I'll even have to cut it for most of them. Let's see. Yeah, I might be able to just slip that through there. Not too sure. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna cut it. Alright, so we have taken out the King, and honestly, I have no idea what I'm going to do with this car. Of course, I already have a normal version of the King. In fact, I have two. I have both his China and Thailand variant, but I'm definitely going to be repainting this guy, although I don't know what I'll be painting him into. I really quite like how this Vietnam variant turned out. I think, honestly, it looks pretty good. The Thailand King, I quite like, but this guy looks bit closer to the original. Unfortunately, the biggest problem with the Vietnam cars, at least in my opinion, is how they do the eyelids, where they try a bit too hard to add shading by the eyelid, and oftentimes it doesn't look all too good. You could see the shading there is kind of misaligned. Oftentimes it'll make characters look like they have eyeliner. I don't know, not really a big fan of that, but I'd say, generally speaking, he definitely does look pretty good, and in some ways I kind of prefer him over his Thailand variant. Got the Dynaco logo there on the hood, number 43, traditional King expression, number 43 on the side, with the secondary sponsors, Vitaline, Mood Springs, No Stall, Piston Cup, Little Turkey Pistons, and then we have Gasprin, Retread, and Easy Idle. Very nice Lightyear tires, number 43 up top, 43 in the back, Dynaco logo there, of course his giant spoiler, which is definitely put on there pretty well, like, you know, as securely as usual. Don't know what I was expecting there. Not like it was going to pop off or anything. We got 43 there, Dynaco, some more 43s. There is his other side. And there is the base. Yeah, don't really know what I'm going to do with the spare of the King. Definitely let me know if you guys have any idea for him in the comments. So I'd love to hear your ideas, because I really don't know what I'll be doing with him. Up next, we have Chick Hicks. I'm going to cut him out. We'll just go in order of the pack here. Let's see. Chick is another car, of course, that I obviously already have, and would love to hear your suggestions for what I'm going to do with him. Although, honestly, I think I know what I'm going to do with him. I think most likely for Chick Hicks, what I'm going to do, I really want to make like a 70s, 80s style racer. Like an older race car that I could use in my series and say like he was racing at, say, the same time as Mario Andretti, or he was racing right when Chick Hicks started. I think that would be really cool. Just create a new racer character that like used to race in an era we don't really know much about in the car series. We know all about the 50s. Of course, we know all about the 2000s and the 2010s. But I think doing that time would be pretty cool. So here is Chick Hicks out of the box. I no longer have my Thailand Chick Hicks, as I repainted him for Ties Cars 4, but here is my original 2006 Made in China Chick, and this one is definitely a bit of a darker green. Got all your traditional Chick Hicks stickers. I don't know what happened. Oh, he's got a bit of a paint blemish in the hood. That's unfortunate. Got the grill there, HGB number 86. Hostile Takeover Bank, the balloons. I'm not going to go through and read all of Chick Hicks' sponsor stickers, but you could see, say, Little Turkey Pistons, Tank Coat, Shiny Wax, the toe cap, all of these different logos all over them. Lightyear tires, shiny wax, Nitroid, Piston Cup mood springs, very clear. Very impressed by the quality of the decals. I don't really have that many made in Vietnam cars. And yeah, the decal quality is very, very high. 86, Lightyear, 86 up top, Chick Hicks written there. Of course, when Thailand first started out, the cars had some really blurry details on them. Nowadays, it's definitely fixed. I think the Thailand cars have really, really improved since they first started off. Like that first Thailand wave was pretty rough, but now I think they all look pretty good. And yeah, I gotta say the same for these made in Vietnam cars. More HTB logos, more Piston Cup sponsor stickers. You just pause and read them if you really want to. I would not suggest it. There are literal hundreds of stickers on Chick. Alright, so we'll set him off to the side, and then we will take out our next car, who is the first one that I didn't already have. He is Crusty Rotor, the Vinyl Toupee Racer. I have the other two Vinyl Toupee Racers from Cars 3, Rev Rotages and Will Rush. Very glad to have the final racer for the sponsor that I needed, and I'm also very glad to just have another Cars 1 racer. Always love getting Cars 1 Piston Cup Racers. I didn't have that many until I started my channel. Since 2018, they've been doing an excellent job at re-releasing all of the older Piston Cup Racers, and I've gotten all of them except, I'd say, maybe 8 or 9 now. I think it might be around 8 now that I have Crusty, but here he is, out of the package. Got the rubber band stuck to his wheels, using the leakless model there. Very interesting. Feels pretty light. A really interesting car. Honestly, he's pretty blank in terms of decals, but I really love that color scheme with the nice pink. There aren't that many Piston Cup racers with similar color schemes to him. We've got the Vinyl Toupee logo here. Definitely prefer either of the Cars 3 Vinyl Toupee logos to this, but still looks pretty good. Got the 76 here. Interestingly, Crusty doesn't have like headlight stickers or anything. Front looks pretty blank. Honestly, I feel like a lot of parts of this car look pretty blank. I think they could have added a bit more detail, but hey, I mean, Mattel designed him back for the first movie in 2006, so I'm not complaining. I really like how you can see the Vinyl Toupee spray can. I just noticed that spraying out across the side. That's a really nice touch. You can see it says Vinyl Toupee, vinyl top in a can. Of course, he has the Vinyl Toupee on his roof, which I don't believe we see the 76 on the roof on either of the Cars 3 racers, so that's something that's interestingly different. Of course, always seemed to be that the Vinyl Toupee racers are wearing the Vinyl Toupee themselves, which is why the roofs are always painted in black. And don't you think that I forgot the secondary sponsors? I could never forget the secondary sponsors. Nitroid, Piston Cup, Revolting, Octane Gain, Mood Springs, Vitaline, No Stall, Gaskets, and Gasprin, Easy Idle, RPM, Little Turkey Pistons, Leakless, Retread, and Clutch Aid all there. It's just got black wheels. Got the Vinyl Toupee, or a different, oh, this is... Mattel, please release this car right here. I've never taken a good look at Crusty. I never knew that was on the boat. That's absolutely hilarious. Why couldn't that have been on either of the Cars 3 variants? I mean, it would make me like them both significantly less, but look at that. Oh, I never knew that. That's really funny. So as you can see on the back, we've got a car getting shot with the Vinyl Toupee spray and looking very, very relieved. He's kind of making me uncomfortable. It says Vinyl Toupee. There, once again, I really like, look at that. The spray design goes all the way across the back and onto the other side where it is being shot out of this side as well. Really, really like all these details on this guy. Never really took a close look at him until now. And I love the slogan, "She'll never notice." 76 there. Of course, she'll never notice being like, you know, the user's significant other, you know. You wouldn't even notice that this car has just been spraying onto their roof. I'm sorry, I can't get over the image on the back. I didn't know that was there, and that's just completely broken me. That's really funny. Moving on, though, our next car is Aiken Axler. Another car that I already had, but of course, my first time taking a look at this Vietnam variant. Another car that I'm not really sure what to do with. I've asked a few people. Most people have suggested make the VIN racers from the Cars video games. I might do that, or honestly what I think I'm going to do is make this guy into a new character, probably. So if you guys have any ideas for what I should do with this car, definitely let me know. Or again, I might just make one of the VIN racers from the Cars video game, or maybe one of the guys from like the prototype Cars trailer. Probably not, since he doesn't really match up with the mold. I'd say Bobby Swift is a better choice for that. But yeah, let me know what you'd want to see me do with this, whether it's a pre-existing character or a character I could do in Cars Adventures, because I don't really know. You can see we've got the Nitroid logo on the hood. He's looking pretty similar to the Made in China variant. A bit different, especially with the eyelids there and the color for the eyelids, which is unfortunately a bit of a lighter color than the rest of the car. Got the 28 there. You can see this nice, like, speckled sort of sparkle design on Aiken. Nitroid high energy drink. Moving on to the side, I'm not sure if I've ever reviewed Aiken Axler. But yeah, I really, really like him. One of my favorite Piston Cup cars. Nitroid, Piston Cup, Revolting, Octane Gain, Mood Springs, Vitaline, No Stall, Gaskets, Gas Burn, Easy Idle, RPM, Little Shortcut Pistons, Leakless Retread, and Clutch Aid. Got the Lightyear tires there. Number 28 with that flame. Nitroid. I really love how similar this is to like the Gatorade logo. Aiken Axler is one of those cars that I could really see, like I could really see this design on a real world race car, I think. I think it's a very realistic design. Got this white stripe there. Nitroid on the back. Nitroid high energy drink. You can see that on the back as well. Very strange design in my opinion here with these little like claw looking flames on the back. Definitely looks a bit odd. And we have another paint blemish. Yay. Good thing I'm going to be repainting these guys. It wouldn't really matter to me if there were a paint blemish, honestly. It's a pretty insignificant thing in the grand scheme of things, but it's a little unfortunate. Moving on, speaking of unfortunate, up next we have Finish Line Mcqueen, who, as I already said, pretty disappointed in. I actually got a message from Cartendo when I first showed him that I got this pack. He said, "You're going to be disappointed with Finish Line Mcqueen." Yeah, he definitely could have turned out better. Definitely. Now, this is an absolutely great McQueen from the first movie. After his tires are popped and he's sort of jumping to the finish line, and then he sticks his tongue out at the finish line. This is a car that I've wanted for such a long time. And at the end of the day, even though he does look kind of bad with that mouth, I'm just glad to have him. He's got this great nervous expression, Rusty's medicated bumper ointment logo, the tongue sticking out, which is like a soft plastic, maybe a rubber. Pretty sure it's just a soft plastic though, and it's just really funny to see that sticking out. Again, that bumper is really unfortunate, especially from certain angles. I don't know why they couldn't have just made it a closer color to the rest of the car. It is on a mouth plate, which is very interesting. You could even see me sort of rock it back and forth. Really unfortunate that they made it a mouth plate in 2021. They never really do that anymore. This car was originally released with a mouth plate, but like, I wish they just fixed it to make it metal and still have the tongue sticking out, but whatever. We've got the 95 on the headlight. We've got the lucky stickers, of course. Nitroid, Piston Cup. We've got Revolting, Mood Springs, Octane Gain, No Stall, Vitaline, Gaskets, Gasprin, Easy Idle, RPM. Actually can't make out a few of those. Nitroid and Clutch Aid. His decals definitely aren't as clear as some of the other ones are. Like Chick Hicks' decals were super clear, and Lightning's here unfortunately aren't as much. But the 95 there, Lightning McQueen signature up top. We've got the pop tire, which I absolutely love. We've got the two pop tires. I think they're probably some of the best looking pop tires Mattel has done. Or like tireless wheels. I think they look leagues better than the McQueen with no tires from 2016. We got Rusty's logo on the spoiler, looking very nice and vibrant. Got his rookie strip on the back, Rusty's medicated bumper ointment. Love these pop tires. There's even dirt detailing on them. That is such a nice touch. Now, another really nice touch with this Lightning, in addition to there not being any tires, is the fact that he's raised up, it seems. Now, I'm not sure. I think he definitely is, actually, if you look. Definitely seems like he is raised up a bit, although I believe past versions of him might be raised up in different ways or different amounts. If you guys have past versions of Finish Line McQueen, definitely let me know. But yeah, really quite like this guy. I just wish that bumper were different. Of course, though, him being raised up is representative of when he's jumping to the finish line. And now I can finally recreate the scene where Lightning and the King and Chick all cross the finish line. Although I don't know who was on what side, but we'll just keep on going with the review. I'm going to save My Name Is Not Chuck for Kart until a bit later. We're going to go on to Bert next, another camera car. Always love getting more camera cars because it's a section of my collection that I am really, really lacking in. So here is Bert. Seems that his camera, yeah, his camera is definitely removable. It's pre-assembled with him here. Dexter's flag is also pre-assembled. Of course, if you were getting this guy as a single, you would have to attach it yourself, but he is not currently out as a single, and I'm not sure if Bert has ever been out as a single. I believe he might have been maybe in the 2015 Lost and Found series. I'm not too sure. He's got a really great expression. This is a car I'm really, really excited to have in my collection. Probably one of my favorite camera cars. A very nice one. Very concerned face. Pretty typical looking camera. I'm not sure if a different car has the same camera. It looks pretty similar to the one Human has, but they all have pretty similar looking cameras. Very, very nice looking car, though. I think he's probably his own unique model. Got the press badge there. Look at the back. His license plate reads WE6WU. There is a look at his other side. And there is a look at his base. Really not that much to say with Bert, but he is just a very, very nice car. Moving on, we have Superfan Mia and Tia, who honestly are cars that I'm pretty surprised exist. And I mean, I honestly think they're pretty odd choices to have as diecasts in general. Although, you know, Mia and Tia do make this face quite often in the movie when they're just kind of gushing over McQueen. Definitely interesting diecast releases. And I definitely find it interesting just how often they've been released. While I think their expressions are superior to the normal Mia and Tia in terms of how expressive they are, still prefer these two just for having the more normal expressions. It's nice to have an alternative set of expressions for a car's character, or for cars' characters, especially for people like me who do series or for like different displays you might want to do. I always like it when Mattel gives us characters with like special variants that just have a different expression and that's it. And of course this is a case of that. It's pretty rare and it's interesting that it was done for Mia and Tia, and I just find it so interesting that they've been re-released so many times. Like they're more frequently released than the normal Mia and Tia nowadays. So as you can see, they both are looking up. They actually have slightly different expressions, where it seems this one is Mia's eyelids are sort of arced up, and Tia's are arced down a bit more for the upper eyelids. They have different mouth expressions, yeah, quite a little, just a little bit. Mia's is more stretched out to the left, and Tia's is a bit more neutral, but a little bit more to the right. They both have their little 95 stickers on the front with a sort of chibi lightning design. 95s on the mirrors there. All of this great lightning merchandise, or all of these stickers and everything, all over the side. 95s more like chibi McQueen designs. Got the very nice stickers on the windows as well. Same for both of them, of course. There is a look at the other side with their Mia and Tia license plates. You can see Ka-chow written on the back. Let's just very quickly bring in the normal Mia and Tia just to compare in terms of just how they look. Interestingly, these have larger Ka-chow stickers than the normal Mia and Tia. Yeah, it seems that they just generally have slightly larger stickers. They're definitely in slightly different places. Spacing is a bit different. I don't know if that's a Vietnam variant thing or a Superfan variant thing. Not too sure on that. There is a look at the other side, which, yeah, unfortunately just has the same stickers again. In slightly different order, actually, but it's kind of unfortunate that they couldn't done more for the other side. But hey, I guess it's better than Nick's stickers, where one side is fully full of stickers and the other one just has a rhino on it for some reason. Let's move on to Christina Wheeland, who is the car that sits next to Mia and Tia. Of course, on one side of Mia and Tia is JW, and on the other side is Christina Wheeland. I do have JW, but I don't have Christina until Now, very nice car, another one that's been released several times. Nice to have just a generic Piston Cup fan without any character-specific memorabilia. Very nice facial expression, looking off to the side with that open mouth. Got a Piston Cup Racing Series flag, using, of course, the Cars 1 logo. There's her side, really nothing on it. I believe she shares her model with a few other cars. I want to say either Johnny or Jamie. I think some other cars from, like, around 2015. There is a look at the back with the license plate 73WJS. There is her other side. And then there is a look at her base. Another car that there really isn't all that much to say about, but another one I'm very glad to have. Another one that I've been missing for quite a while. So yeah, very happy to have her. Up next, we have Dexter Hoover with Checkered Flag, his first ever Made in Vietnam release. A very important variant of Dexter Hoover, I think, but one that I think don't really see all too often compared to some of his other ones. This is another car I already had. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to be doing with him. You know, I could easily remove his flag and just make him any generic pickup truck in my series. But, again, if you guys have any ideas for what you think I should make with him, definitely let me know. But, like I said earlier, I think most of the characters that I already had, I'm going to make into new Cars Adventures characters as compared to making them into something pre-existing. Don't expect the customs made from these cars I already had to be done soon, though. I'm just going to be saving them, like, until I have an idea for a story that can incorporate them. But again, I'd love to hear your ideas for what to do with Dexter, Aiken Axler, and the King. So, here is Dexter Hoover, and honestly, he looks pretty much identical to my Made in China Dexter Hoover with Checkered Flag, with the exception of... What is that? Oh, that's his tongue. Oh, okay, cool. Alright, I'm sorry. I think that's his tongue. I thought there was a dent on him. This one doesn't have a tongue. Is that new for this? Is that an error? Is that a dent or is that his tongue? I think it's his tongue, but I can't quite tell. Definitely looks a bit odd, though. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but hey, I'm going to repaint him anyway. We've got Piston Cup Racing Series official there on the hood. That nice blue and yellow stripe design. But yeah, he's pretty much identical to the Made in China variant. We've got the Piston Cup logo again. It says official there on the side. On the back, once again with the license plate, A113CA. A113 that everyone always forgets about, including myself. I completely forgot he had an A113 license plate. Unfortunately, whoa. We've got a bit of a misprint with the license plate there. A little bit off of where it's supposed to be, but that's alright. Nothing too major. Moving on to the other side, you can see the flag there, which should be removable. Is it not this time? No, it's got to be. It's always removable. The interesting thing here is that it is pre-applied, and in the past, it has never been. It probably was in some other multi-packs Dexter was in, but I don't have any of them. I don't want to risk pulling the flag out, so I don't want to risk breaking it in case I end up using it when I repaint him. But it should be removable. Should be. I mean, pretty easily slide it out of the single. Now sliding it back in, on the other hand, is a completely different question. Alright, you know what? Forget it, we'll do that off camera. There is a look at Dexter's base. And now moving on to probably one of the most anticipated re-releases in the pack. My Name Is Not Chuck with Cart. Man, do you guys remember that classic scene in the first Cars movie where Lightning's pit crew leaves him and Lightning goes, "Adios, Chuck," and the pity yells, "And my name is not Chuck with Cart." Yeah, I remember that scene. Absolutely classic scene. For those of you wondering, the difference between My Name Is Not Chuck and My Name Is Not Chuck with Cart is that My Name Is Not Chuck with Cart also includes the tire gun, which the normal version does not have. Might be some other differences as well. I believe this guy was first released in a multi-pack in 2010, then saw a re-release in 2015. Yeah, he's identical to the normal version, with the exception of that tire gun, and a black outline around the eyes, but I believe that's just the, that's just the Vietnam variant. That's just what it looks like. He also, of course, includes the cart, his namesake. My name is not Chuck with cart. Now, I think they should have called it not Chuck with tools, because then that also takes into account what's really different with him, which is the fact that he has the tire gun. I know you don't want to call it a gun, so I think they should have just called it My Name is Not Chuck with Tools, but whatever. There is the pair of Lightning's tires, which he's certainly going to need. Very convenient that there are two. It's actually printed with the Lightyear logo on both sides. The cart is exceptionally bland. There's just the 95 on it, and that is literally it. Just nothing too interesting. Not sure if that's the same cart he originally came with. Don't really know. Like in his previous release or releases. You see very, very angry expression. Love just how mad he is. Tire gun looks great. I love having just that little minor variant between not a tire gun and him with a tire gun. Having a different face would be nice as well, but really like that. It's just slightly different. He has this very important accessory that the normal version of him doesn't have, and I'm really glad they decided to release this version instead of the normal one. Got the 95 there, Rusty's 95, even a lightning bolt on the side of the hat, which is really nice. There's a look at the back, there's the other side, and there is the base, and that wraps up everyone in the 2021 Cars 1 Piston Cup Race 11 pack. I think it's an incredibly solid pack, easily one of the best packs we've gotten in years. So many great re-releases, no new releases, but again, with the fact that there are a bunch of a bunch of great re-releases, definitely don't mind the fact that there aren't any new guys in this pack. If there was a new car in the pack, I don't really know who I'd want it to be. A pretty obvious one would be a different Lightning Pity, but I don't really think they'd want to put two of Lightning's Pities in this 11 pack where it's supposed to give you like a variety of different cars, because I'd want them in addition to Not Chuck. If I were to swap out any of the cars in this pack, probably swap Aiken Axler out with somebody else more interesting, either another Piston Cup racer that hasn't been released in a while, or just another car entirely. But I think this is a great pack. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know which of these cars is your favorite in the comments. Let me know if you are planning to pick up this pack or not, what your thoughts on the recent multi-packs have been. Just let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.